Again, this is me, Mr. Zamora, and I am here to explain 7.V.5 graph a line using slope. Alright, so we have this graph. The graph, okay, before we continue, I need to explain a few things. I have already mentioned that, but I want to be really clear about that. So let me explain something about the slope. Okay, so the slope, let me write it down. The slope is, in other words, in simple words, in words that are very easy to understand, is how easy or how hard it is to climb a mountain, for example. So if you have a mountain, let's say that it goes something like this. It's a very high mountain. Okay, so the slope, it's this. So do you think it is hard to climb this? Yeah, it could be kind of hard. So if remember, always you're going to see the mountain from left to right. Okay, so you're going to climb the mountain from left to right, and it is kind of hard to climb. So when you go up the mountain, it means that the slope is positive. Okay, and it is going to be a high slope. All right, so it is going to be something like it is going to be, yeah, like high slope. So now let me erase all of this. But if the slope is something like this, okay, it is going to be a low slope. It is going to be positive because you're going up the mountain, and it is going to be a very low slope. So for example, this could be a fraction of a whole, like for example 1/3. Okay, the slope of this is like 1/3 or 1/4 probably. Okay, it is probably 1/4. On the other hand, if we draw something like this, for example, it could be something like the slope will be something like 6. Okay, just to let you know, a slope that is exactly crosses for example something like this, a slope that goes like this, okay, that makes a, like here, a 45 degrees, it is going to be slope equals 1, and it is a positive slope. Okay, just to mention that. Okay, so remember, slopes is like how hard or how easy it is to climb a mountain, but sometimes slopes are going to be negative. When are slopes negative? When you come from the mountain, when you are going down from the mountain. So again, if we go to something like this, all right, to something like this, it is going to be a negative slope. It is going to be a negative, and the slope is going to be 1. Remember why 1? Because it is making a 45 degrees right here. It's crossing like, oh no, it is not. Well, let's suppose that it is. All right. Okay, so remember again, if the slope is like very like this, it is going to be something like negative, let's say -7. The slope is going to be like -7. But if the slope is something like this, like this, it is going to be like -1, I don't know, 1/8 or something like that. Okay. All right. Having said that, what I need you to see, it's let me get a new of this. So what I need you to see is this. Pay attention to this part. Okay, we have 0 and we have 1. It says graph the line that has a slope of 7. Okay, so the slope is positive and it is going to be hard to climb because it's a 7. And it includes the point 0, 1. Okay, so you are going to convert this to a fraction. How are you going to do that? Very simple. Okay, so remember, 7, let's convert it to a fraction. So 7 is going to be 7 divided by 1. Yeah, do we agree all in this? So whenever you see a whole number, you're going to convert it to a fraction. So the numerator, or the number that is above, is going to increase, if it is positive, the y-axis, and the number below, or the denominator, is going to be to increase our x-axis. Okay, so having said that, the point should include, or the line should include the point 0, 1. Okay, so let's include 0, 1. 0, which is the x, so we're going to the left 0 times, so we stay here because we don't advance, and the y, that is the second number, goes up 1. Okay, so we are going to include this number. So how is the line going to be drawn? Like this, like this, like this. Remember, it is going to be hard to climb. So from here, we are going to increase the y, how many times? 7 times. Okay, we're going to increase y 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we ended up in number 8, and the x, we're going to increase it 1 time. Okay, we ended up in 8 right here, and we're going to increase the x 1 time. So this right here is where we are going to put the second point. Okay, as you can see, it is a slope that it is very hard to climb, and this is going to be our line. Okay, so we submit our answer and we are fantastic. Okay, now we have a slope of 3 and the point is 0, 7 or 0, 7. Okay, so 0, we don't move in the x-axis, but we move 7 times in the y-axis. Okay, so we include this point. It is a positive, so we are going up the mountain. So 3, how do we convert 3 to, oh, where is it? Oh, right here. 3 to fraction, it is 3 ones. Okay, remember 3 is increasing y, and y is the increase in x. Okay, so we move up 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and we move to the right to the x 1 time, like this. Okay, so this is our line. All right, Now we have to include the point 0.1. So 0 in the x, we don't know, we don't go to the right anything because it's a 0, and 1, we move 1 to the y, okay? And the slope is 9. So 9 equals 9 divided by 1, or 9 over 1. So we go up 9 times and we ended up in 10 because 1 plus 9 equals 10, and only 1 to the right. Okay? Oops. 1. Okay. Submit. As I always tell you, if you think that you already understand, you can stop the video. Make sure not to stop it right away because we're going to see a few fraction slopes and also negative slopes. What's going to happen with the negatives? And I just want to make sure that you understand everything. But if you feel really sure about it, just stop the video and start your work. Okay, so a slope of 1. So the point starts in 1 in the x right here and 7 in the y. Okay, and it grows 1. The slope is 1, which equals 1 over 1. Okay, so we grow 1 in the y and 1 in the x. Okay, like this. As you can see, it is making a 45 degrees. Okay, we submit our answer, and wonderful. Okay, as you can see now, our slope is a fraction. Okay, so we are going to start our line, or we're going to include 0, 7 right here. Okay, and our slope is 1/5. What's going to happen when we have a slope of 1/5? 1/5. We don't have to convert it to a fraction because it is already a fraction. Remember, this is y, this is the increase in y, and this is the increase in x. So it is going to increase only 1 in the y and 5 in the x. So it increases 1 in the y and 5 in the x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it is a very low slope, so it is very easy to climb. It is a mountain that is very easy to climb. Okay, so we submit. Slope of 2, 1 and 5, 1 and 5, and a slope of 2. So we increase 2 to the y and 1 to the x. Okay, submit. Okay, negative slope. Okay, so the point that we should include is 0, nothing to the x, and 9 to the y, and negative 8/5. Remember, the first one, the above number is increase, but actually it is going to be a decrease because it's a negative. So we go down 8 times in the y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And okay, we ended up in the number 1 and 5 in the y. Yeah, the y is going to be normal. It's going to the right 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, it is like this because it is higher than 1. 8/5. It's an improper fraction because it is higher than 1. So that's why it is like very like this. Okay. The inclination is kind of high, right? Slope of 4, we have to include 0 and 6, and slope of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and only 1 to the right. Okay, a reminder, when we have a whole number, and it is a positive number, we go up the number that it says, and to the right only 1. Okay, if it is negative, we go down. Okay, so 0 and 8, 0 and 8, and negative 6, we go down 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 to the right. Okay, submit. Okay, negative 9/4. Okay, we have to include 0, 10, and we go down 9 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4 times to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think it is pretty easy because you don't have to do operations, you don't have to think about if you have to multiply, if you don't have to think if you have to divide or anything like that. Okay, so this is the last one that I'm going to do. So 0 and 2 and a slope of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 to the right. Submit, and you got it. All right. If you had account, continue doing it until you get you have mastered the activity. Otherwise, you will have to stop. Actually, it's kind of cool because it is going to, if you can continue, because it includes 4 quadrants in our graph. Okay, as you can see, not only the positive quadrant. All right. So if you have any question, let me know via private message. And if not, well, see you next video. Bye-bye.